We're Amy and Wes, full-time liveaboard boaters, and we're currently moored in the Black Country on our narrowboat, soaking up the sights.
The last time you saw us, we were exploring the Black Country Living Museum.
Trying to use the toilet.
We had a great time, but before we move on, there's another site next door we've been dying to see.
So subscribe if you haven't already, and join us for a cruise back through time on a slightly different boat.
So today is another exciting Black Country activity.
We're doing the other big thing, which involves taking a different boat through quite a long tunnel.
I'm really excited for this one. We've been wanting to do it for ages. Let's go! So Dudley Tunnel is actually the second longest canal tunnel in the UK. However, that is questioned because it's actually a series of tunnels that connects loads of underground mines together.
So today we are going through Dudley Tunnel on this. And it was restored and is run by the Dudley Canal and Tunnel Trust.
That must be another old mine entrance. It's crazy how many mines are underneath us.
Yeah, it's crazy that the whole area hasn't just like collapsed in. Like, they've done a good job of building them well. Once more.
Always the adjustment of the...
Oh, nice. Boat's name is George. Safety gear sorted, let's go!
There you go. So yeah, we've got a private trip or thereabouts. Yeah. These tunnels are pretty narrow. Of course, this boat's quite heavy. We don't always get your hands squashed or anything like that. We have got these green and red bands that run around the inside. So as long as your hands are sort of within that, it should be all good.
We're going in.
There you go. Passport of no return, I always say. So, welcome to the Dudley Tunnel.
So on the way in, it just seemed like a pretty normal canal tunnel, but then you could see all the limestone deposits on the walls, which was the reason why they mined in this area so much.
Well, washing machines have long with cows on as well. You've seen those adverts. But you realise that bringing a boat this sort of size into those mines, and you can transport all that limestone about 30 tonnes at a time. And that can be transported across the country as well using the canal.
As we went deeper into the tunnel, our guide gave us loads of interesting facts about the function and the history of the canal.
Have a look up there, so that's a construction shaft. Got 70 feet to the top of that. And the nav is they dig towards each other, connecting all those sections together. Then they ended up filling in all but 3 of those in the end. We've got 2 mines in this section. We will see these on the way back as well, so we come back the same way.
Next, we passed through the outdoor opening basins. This was Castle Mill Basin. It felt like we were in like Jurassic Park or something, the way it opened up.
Okay, man.
They say that what we're going to see today is maybe like 3 or 4% of the total mining network. The Heron is standing outside the Wren's Nest tunnel. That's quite a big one. That goes down for about 3/4 mile. And it links up to some huge mines as well down the far end. So you've got the Seven Sisters, the East Mines, Cathedral Caverns. So you want to get the Wren's Nest tunnel reopened one day because it's all blocked off. It's going to cost about £30 million that.
Next, we headed into one of the newer tunnels, the 1989 tunnel, which was built by the Trust to connect 2 of the caverns together and create a circular route for boat trips.
It was interesting to see the differences in engineering because they use steel beams and sprayed concrete, which react better to the Earth's movement and keep the tunnel safer.
We floated into another cavern, and there was a big projector which explained the complex process of building the original tunnels and how they played a major part in the Industrial Revolution.
It was really cool, and it broke up the trip of moving around on the boat and then stopping still and watching the videos to explain how it all works. And obviously we got excited when boats came on screen.
Yeah, it's our biggest cavern. There you go. That was no actually dark cavern. That was a huge space, that one. So you will be able to go down there. You can see things like live music and concerts, demonstrations of mining and blasting, and apparently even indoor fireworks displays. So there you go.
As we headed back into the original tunnels, the walls got a lot more rugged, and we learned more about the working conditions of the mines.
Unfortunately, going back, 200 or 300 years, you have the children working down here, and quite possibly this would be where they've been working, pushing the mine carts up and down the tunnel, and more than likely working in the dark as well.
It's crazy to think that they were all made by hand using tools and explosives by the navvies back in the day. And they wouldn't have had much light to work in either.
There you go. Hiding behind that rock there. So yeah, that'll actually stain anything, your clothes. If you touch it with your hands, it'll stain the skin as well.
The next part was one of our favourites of the tour.
We went into Hurst Cavern, a huge open space that they'd filled with lights and music to show us what it would have felt like back when they held events, concerts, or even indoor firework displays here.
It's hard to get across on camera just how big and amazing this space felt. The lights lit up different parts of the cavern that you hadn't seen yet, and it was just so cool.
But obviously it wasn't always like this. Before becoming a venue, it was a working mine.
It's all been blocked off these days. Big steel plates, so basically nobody can wander in here and fall in. You wouldn't want that happening. As you can see, this place here has been worked over 2 levels. So you've got the top level up there, which is what they would have worked originally. And that doesn't go down very far. That ends around about a slightly darker patch, if you can just see that at the end. That's the end of that top level. The mine is extracted all that limestone. They use hand tools as well, so we're talking picks and shovels. But basically, when they run out, they want to dig down to extract all the limestone that comes down here as well. As they come down, they realise they've got to leave something behind to support the roof. As you can see, that's why we have these huge pillars. It's all blocked off these days, unfortunately, but it did go under the zoo and the castle. And the end point of this was a roundabout where Dudley College's car park is today. By the way, this is a 1984 tunnel.
Blue Peter badge.
Okay, have a look up as well.
Wow.
How we pull up the well. Once we don't want to drink any of this water. That's the extension. They built that later on in the 1790s.
Of course, we couldn't come all the way down here and not see a little demonstration of how they actually mined all of the minerals out.
So we've got these two guys at the back here, we call them Anton Deck. So what they're doing, they're going to bring a big chunk of this limestone down off the wall. And when they get to the depth they want, they're going to pack it full of gunpowder. Someone had to stay behind to light the fuse. And that was unfortunately, in this case, a job for the children working down here. So the little lad just there, we call him Billy. Left all alone inside the mine to light the fuse. As you can see, he hides behind the mine cart. And he lights the fuse. There you go, he's coughing like a gun, so he knows all right.
As we started to head back out, we cruised past a bunch of messages and bottles on the wall. Apparently these were to commemorate the 60th anniversary as a tribute to how the two trust founders first met.
They would both come down into the mines and explore them and noticed each other's footprints, so one of them left a message in a bottle saying, "If you want to do something about the mines, meet me at the pub," and the rest is history.
Now you've got the 2 boats as well. Now, if you've seen the Peaky Blinders, by the way, happening on the right-hand side, they used that in the first episode. Oh. So, and Tommy, I think it's the first episode at least, you see which Danny was banned when he falls into boats. That's the boat he fell into. And for the show, they did put the cabin in the back of that as well. But we weren't allowed to keep it when they finished filming. So, just to give you an idea, really, what boats working down there would have looked like.
And next up was the bit that we were most excited for.
But of course, horses need tow paths or pathways to walk on. As you can see, we don't have any of those down here. So a couple of ways they can move the boat along. One of these is known as barging. If you have a look towards John, he's going to show us what barging is. He sticks that into the brickwork and he gives it a good push. That's a pretty effective way of moving the boat.
But there is another way.
There you go. You can do the other side here. So like I say, sit on not the end of the board, just, you know.
Don't sit on my hand.
But sit closest to the end. That's right. So we're going down that way towards daylight, so you want to start pushing the wall to move the boats. Basically push the opposite way to what we're going. And as soon as it starts to go, it does go a lot easier. This is a 15-ton boat, by the way.
So this is called legging, and it's the original way that they would have moved boats through tunnels. And we've been dying to have a go at it ever since we got our own narrowboat.
So a bit of a game of teamwork here as well, because you do want to keep it in the centre if possible. That's just because it's a lot easier to move in the centre of the canal.
It was really fun trying it out, and surprisingly the teamwork was the hardest bit.
Your neck hurts after a bit, doesn't it? Look.
Well, yeah, so you can sit like that, or sometimes you can do it back to back, but I don't know if there's a benefit to it.
Steps.
Oh, very
Now, luckily, we're not going to go that far because we're just going to go to the end of this bit of tunnel. If you want to like the whole thing end to end, it'll take about 3 hours.
Wow.
There you go. Bring your feet back in the boat. Very well done.
Thank you.
Normally, I'd say about run horsepower like this, but when there's only a few people on the boat, it's. They jump into that in the dark as well. That's only because candles cost money, and if you want a candle on your boat, you've got to buy it yourself. More often than not, we've got quite a strong breeze down there, which is going to blow those candles out as well. So.
You went in there.
Start up over there. Come on over there.
If you've ever driven a narrowboat, you'll know how difficult it is to reverse one of these, and it was so impressive to watch John manoeuvre through the winding tunnels, especially because half of the tour was backwards, even if there was the occasional bump.
You're used to it, so the odd bump and bounce is quite normal, but
And with that, the tour was nearly over, and our guide gave us a few more last-minute facts as we hurtled backwards, right back to the start.
We've just come out of the tunnel trip. That was amazing. It was really cool.
That was the 45-minute long one. I think they do a 2-hour and a 4-hour one as well.
Wes wants us to go on another one now.
That was so good though. It was really well done. We got quite lucky actually because we always had like a little private one. It was just us two and then one other passenger. But yeah, really informative, really well paced. Some pretty impressive driving, reversing through some of those tunnels.
And it was also really cool to see the boats and the canals used in such a different way, because usually obviously they were used to transport the goods, and they were still in here, but underground is something I've never seen the boats be used for, which is really cool. And like all of the different mine networks that it was connected to.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Absolutely fascinating. Definitely alongside the Black Country Museum. Definitely hop on this tour while you're here.
And that was it for the tour. That was really cool, well worth a visit. And they also had a little museum at the end, which of course we had to mooch around.
Hello, I'm crawling around on the floor.
That one's not been down the mines long. It's pretty pristine.
Got our little official certificates to say that we legged through the tunnel. Just having a little look around the gift shop now. Oh, we've even got an old rusty competitor. Important part of any gift shop for us. The old penny press. We've got quite a few of these now, haven't we?
We have actually.
That's our Black Country one.
We've got a little tin that we collect them all in everywhere we go.
Look at those lock-worthy arms. Yay! So we went in the tunnel, through here, through these little open bits, which was really cool, and forward through here. This is where we saw the light show, and then reversed all the way back out.
We've got a little sandwich, some crisps and a cake to round off the trip in the really nice little cafe bit.
So that about wraps up our Black Country excursions.
Really going for it with that sandwich, aren't we?
Join us next time as we're back on our narrowboat and on an exciting cruise.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to our chip pals over on Patreon. Check us out on our socials, and we will see you next time.
Ta-ra, bit.